to function and brought me into a system that have fear of God, that is focused. That has helped me a lot. The platform to work is there, the environment is beautiful. The vision is in line with my value. Okay. So, the strategic retreat we just had was to look at the work plan for the year. What are the things we really want to do? The first is we have a lot of policies. We've reviewed some, like the VAP law, it's been reviewed. The committee has been constituted, headed by Her Excellency, Mrs. Bessie Obaseki, a very passionate mother and a professional par excellence. Now, in the work plan, we have the strategic work plan. It has to do with one of the thematic pillars of the state, social welfare enhancement. We are looking at how to rehabilitate the street children, children beyond parental care. We are also thinking of how to deal with issue of drug abuse, because if you recall, when I was the FIDA chairperson some years ago, I raised an alarm, a red flag, drug trafficking, drug abuse, a tragedy for our community. Today we are seeing the profound effect of drug on nursery children, primary, secondary, artisans. So we cannot allow our community to be destroyed. So the ministry, we're going to work a lot on those areas: gender-based violence, women empowerment with vulnerable persons. And you know, the way we work in government, there are those of us within the same this pillar, like health, like skill acquisition, the skill agency. We work together in a cluster. If we have vulnerable persons with disability, widows, orphans, the skill acquisition agency, we can leverage on their technical skills, their expertise, their packages to empower these persons. And for the security agencies too, we are collaborating with them, the judiciary. So NGOs, they are under our supervision. We are actually trying to audit most of the orphanage homes to bring them to standard and to draft policy. The child rights law is already there that guide all of this. So processes, with coming up with policies to make sure our processes, they are, well defined. And we have time frame within which all of these will be done. So we are actually in a hurry to actualize most of these. And what we have in our strategic work plan, there's budgetary provision for them, because that we worked from the scratch to finished. His Excellency ensured that. So you do not put something in your strategic work plan that there's no budgetary provision for to go.
Sustainability now, I'm sure it should also be part of your plan, beyond your office now, because you have mentioned the street children, you've also mentioned the orphanages and all that. Quite a lot of interesting topics. How do you intend to sustain that?
We, His Excellencies, that's why we are partnering with different agencies, the Christian community, some parts of these whole processes. His Excellency, if you know there is somebody out there, be it academy, be it from the church setting, that can partner with us, work with us to ensure that when we are out of office, these persons that we can entrust Edo State to are there. He's ready to go to do it. And that is what we are doing. If you look at the appointment we did recently, His Excellency, there are professionals who are not, they are not civil servants per se, but skilled professionals. They've been brought into government, and that shows a government that mean well for the people. His Excellency is all he's been doing for a system that is seriously decayed. We're trying to do lots of reformation, institutional reform. If this ministry, you know where we used to be, that Mogo Park building, you know, look, we have a good environment. The staff have a computer. We are moving, we are migrating to e-governance. So most of the things we're going to go in, you know, paperless. So everything, your strategic work plan will be there. The budget line is there. You're sending a memo to His Excellency. He's saying there that this is what you said you will do, and he's going to take you on it. So we now, what would never used to happen in civil service, we now have our quarterly review, and we have role definition. When you come, it was never like this. When you come, you say, oh, the issue of adoption, there is a desk officer. When you talk about issue of gender-based violence, there is a desk officer. When you talk about destitute, there's a desk officer that is accountable for the job you have been given by His Excellency to do. And the quarterly review, there is a scorecard. You have to state what you do, you give account of your daily job. It's not just business as usual, you come to work and you go when you like. And at the end of the day, there is nothing to show. When they are doing the quarterly review, you said you will do this at such and such a time. You didn't do it. You have to explain why that was not done. So I believe my plea is to the civil servants and the public servant. We don't have another country to call our own. We should learn to think of the Commonwealth before me, before my interest. And there's no ownership. But this whole Edo State, it belongs to every one of us. If it's good for us. And I think it will be in the interest of everybody. And you know, the oil is going away if it's not gone, because alternative to oil has been discovered by everybody. Electricity, you have cars that are powered by electricity. People are going to be paying taxes now. When you pay tax, you have to demand that the people that are working, because the people to provide what we need, they are the civil servants and the public servants, not really politicians. So if you go to hospital, the hospital is run by human beings who have been employed. They are accountable to us. Yes. When you come to this ministry, a desk officer is not responding to you. There is a problem with that.
All right, quickly now, because we're rounding up. As one who has identified that drug abuse is a major challenge to our youths, what are the quick, immediate actions your office is putting into place to ensure that we curb some of this?
We're working very hard at that. So in this preparation period, there is a committee which is been in existence, but the Excellency has asked that committee should be reorganized and repositioned. So we are doing that, and I'm sure at the time we come up with the plan of that committee, and we also going to quickly work on a legal framework. The institutions are already there with their mandates. The NDLA, they know what they are supposed to do. The medical team, they know what they are supposed to do. The security agencies, they know what they are able to do. So what we do is the coordination to make sure that every person within this cluster, they do their job.
All right, thank you so much. It's been nice talking to you.
Thank you.
We really appreciate the time with us on the program. Do you have any advice for women out there who are actually aspiring to be like you right now?
Well, if you are aspiring to But in politics, don't stay in your kitchen. You have to join a political party. Be active and learn to count on your intellectual capacity. Not that I'm a woman. That you are a woman, so what? So when people learn to know that you play the role, if for during the election, during the campaign, I was everywhere, check social media everywhere, I was everywhere. So I'm sure I did it even better than most of my male counterparts.
Yes.
At the end of the day, nobody can disregard you. Okay, so the finance is very key in politics. That is why we need to, even the political system is very harsh. Why do I want to look for an ocean of money because I want to contest election? Those are the things that scare me in politics. Because you want to contest for a particular office, you now start looking for millions. Where is that going to come from? So all of these corrupt practices, if they are reduced, it will be easy for women to come out and contest. So I'm really hoping that more women will have courage to join. It's not easy, so but by God's grace, we will overcome someday.
All right then, thank you so much for the time on the program. You've been on to be a teacher, and next week is another edition.